Okay, so again, full disclosure, it's January 2nd, and the reason why we're doing these videos so early is because we like to get a jump on everything, honestly. That and the fact that might as well just get them all out, put them on private, and then put them on the internet eventually. So that's pretty much how it's going to work. So, other than that, in the time travel realm, we just shot the Golden Globes video last night, which actually came out on the channel today. You can actually check that out right now. And it's there with the SmackDown NXT recap I did last night that I put up on the channel as well. Now, the PGA nominations just came out, and we're actually going to shoot a video about that in the next few days, so that'll be coming up soon. And we've got the WGA that officially come out tomorrow. And where are the Directors Guild?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't have the calendar in front of me. AJ does, because we're using the teleprompter here, I guess you could say. It's what we did with the video last night, so it worked really well. So also, we're going to be doing AJ's movie reviews tomorrow. Actually, AJ's going to be discussing...
7th. Or the DJ.
Okay, so we actually might have the PGA, the WGA, and the DGA all together at one time. Maybe, probably not the same video, but they'll all be like lumped together in the same week. Anyway, officially this video is coming out the day after the BAFTAs have been announced. So, just to cover all bases, yay! And they got robbed. So there you go. That's good.
Whoa.
And why? What happened? Come on! I totally thought they were going to miss, and okay, or this one, oh, wow, that's awesome, I'm so glad they got in, and wow, they totally don't deserve this. I cannot believe such a travesty happened. Okay, now we've covered everything. And we'll talk about the BAFTAs in a video that's going to be coming out as well. Now, what we're going to talk about today are the Critics' Choice Awards, which usually are the first award ceremony of the year, which threw me off completely, so we had to, full disclosure, start over again last night
And
because I said the wrong award show video.
A lot of people will tell you that the BFCA is literally just Oscar predictors.
Mm-hmm.
And they liked getting the jump on, the first ceremony. So
Yeah.
really not being the first ceremony probably defeats their whole purpose. of
Pretty much.
existing.
What does it have in as it pertains to the Oscars normally? What's their ratio of success when it comes to predictions?
I think the first time I watched BFCA was 2008.
Wow.
And I don't even remember how. 2008 was a more or less predictable year. I think they gave it to Mickey Rourke, though. But other than that,
I believe that's correct.
Other than that, I think they're kind of...
It's one of those things that Rourke was supposed to take the Oscar and
basically, if you follow the Critics Awards,
Mm-hmm.
there is when Philip Seymour Hoffman got it last year.
Okay.
So
So, we're going to talk about the Critics' Choice Awards. And let's get started with our first category. And it looks like we're going to go into Best Score.
which only has 4 slots.
So, someone's getting screwed here, apparently.
Yes.
And it's not what you have listed. Sorry. Go ahead.
Our nominees for score are Gravity, Her, Saving Mr. Banks, and 12 Years a Slave.
Okay.
Everybody's talking about this Arcade Fire score from Her.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently it's winning a lot in
Okay.
the Critics Awards. So, based on that, I will say that.
All right.
And then there's because it's kind of,
Do you remember any music from Gravity? I don't personally remember anything from Gravity, music-wise.
That dooming score that played in the trailer that plays when all the shit's going down. Okay. And the ending.
Okay, I got you.
I don't know if I can still spoil it or not. I'll just say that the ending.
When things are happening at the end, okay.
A lot of people thought the score was overkill in that scene because it was a little too. But
Okay.
runner-up, like we said in the Glow video, the Zimmer score for 12 Years a Slave, which is awesome. And surprisingly fitting. You wouldn't think so, but it is. I guess the spoiler would be Gravity. Because, it does its job.
I'm going all over the place on this one. And anytime I say anything that I like personally as to win, people are going to say I'm biased. But I really like the score a lot. I really did.
I don't remember it.
I do. I do very well.
I don't remember
I've seen the movie 5 times. I should remember the score.
I don't remember a scene with score.
There's a lot of score during the movie. So I'm going to go... Really?
You forgot them already?
Well, yeah, it's me. It's Forget Foil, and it's how it works. You know that. There. I also will say that this will be her first win. I think Saving Mr. Banks is actually going to be your spoiler. And I think 12 Years a Slave is your runner-up. I want to see Saving Mr. Banks win this because Newman did a really awesome score for the movie, and I really want to see him get accolades for it. So we're going to go into Best Song up next. And it's kind of familiar, except for a couple of them.
We have Atlas from Catching Fire,
Mhm.
Happy from Despicable Me. I'm not sure which one that one was.
Yeah, I see that a lot in lists now.
Let It Go from Frozen,
Mhm.
Ordinary Love from Mandela, Please Mr. Kennedy from Inside Llewyn Davis, and Young and Beautiful from Gatsby. I think Please Mr. Kennedy is going to sweep these, if I had to guess.
It's either that or Let It Go.
Yeah, Let It Go is the obvious runner-up. And I think here, maybe, possibly, Gatsby could be the spoiler.
I'd like to see that happen, because I'd like to see more
And that's
wins for Gatsby.
that song got a lot of acclaim, too.
I think Let It Go wins. I think Please Mr. Kennedy is the runner-up, and I'm also going to say Gatsby's your spoiler. So, Young and Beautiful is the spoiler that could possibly win. Best Documentary Feature.
That's the usual suspects.
Yep.
We have The Act of Killing, Blackfish, Stories We Tell, Tim's Vermeer, and 20 Feet from Stardom.
Okay.
As far as critics go, you could go either way with Stories We Tell or The Act of Killing.
Okay.
I have Stories We Tell winning and
Mhm.
The Act of Killing being close, but that could really be the other way around.
Okay.
It's really hard to
Because
say.
it's critics voting. It's not the public. It's not another voting body. It's strictly critics.
And for the spoiler, I'll say Blackfish. Because if you look at the Critics Awards, those are the only three winning
Yeah.
anything.
I would say that anytime that I nominate or say Blackfish is going to win, I'm going to get a little heat for it. But I got to be honestly. I'm going to go with, I say your winner is The Act of Killing. I say Blackfish is runner-up, and I think Stories We Tell is your spoiler.
Alright.
But don't count out Tim's Vermeer. It's getting a lot of good press as it's starting to go wider places. We still have no way of seeing it, but still, from what I've heard, it's getting a lot of good buzz. So maybe it could happen. Who knows?
Alright. We have Best Foreign Language Film. I've seen all these.
I'm sure you have.
We have Blue is the Warmest Color, The Great Beauty, The Hunt, The Past, and Wajda. 2 of these made the Oscars shortlist.
And it's not going to be the one that's going to take the award.
Yeah. Blue is the Warmest Color is going to sweep these until the Oscars.
Yeah, it's going to be the one that's going to win all the way up till the end, because it can't win the Oscar because it's not eligible.
I think the runner-up will be The Hunt, because everybody loves The Hunt for some reason.
Mhm.
And I think the spoiler will be Wajda, because everybody fucking loves Wajda for some reason. Even though it is... If Wajda had been the exact same movie, just in English, people would totally dismiss it as some try-hard feel-good movie.
It's like Broken Circle Breakdown, like you were talking about before,
Yeah.
which is not in this list.
Because it's very by the numbers,
Mhm.
and
Well,
it's every movie like that.
I agree.
In any language.
I agree Blue is going to win. It deserves to win because it's awesome. I think also The Hunt is going to be your runner-up, but I actually would say that The Past is your spoiler because maybe they just love Berenice that much.
It's the director they love.
Who's the director?
The guy that does Separation.
Yeah.
That's all that guy can do, apparently, is separations or divorce.
Well, if
No,
the shoe
he has other movies.
you know what? If the shoe fits, use it as a phone. So, we're going into Best Sci-Fi / Horror Movie.
I'm not even going to do runners-up or spoilers because there's only one winner here.
Yeah.
And there's only 4 slots.
It's not fair because if these were 2 separate categories, there would be 2 separate winners. Because Gravity's not a horror movie and The Conjuring's not sci-fi. And both of them would win.
We have The Conjuring, Gravity, Star Trek Into Darkness, and World War Z.
Anything but World War Z is a respectable choice, but Gravity has no competition. The Conjuring is phenomenal, but it's going up against Gravity. If it was in its own separate category, it'd be a different story, but it's Gravity all day long.
Because Critics' Choice thought it'd be awesome to try to be the Globes, only worse.
Yeah, this is 10 times worse.
we're doing comedy and action now. They're their own goddamn categories.
Why?
That started last year.
What's this, MTV? Yes,
Oh, here
it
we
is.
go. Actress in a comedy, we have Amy Adams for American Hustle, Sandra Bullock for The Heat, Julia Louis-Dreyfus for Enough Said, and Melissa McCarthy for The Heat. I'm not going to say it, you say it.
What do you want me to say?
The one I didn't say.
Oh, yes. Greta Gerwig for Frances Ha. And you know, this is Julia Louis-Dreyfus' award, for sure.
I think so. It could be. The runner-up is definitely Amy Adams. It could go to either one, I think.
And Greta's your spoiler. As much as you hate to admit it, Greta's the spoiler.
Yeah, no, you saw me put that.
Yeah, but that's, I would say that anyway, because that's me.
Well, that's the thing is I was about to tell you to go fuck yourself until I remembered. Oh yeah, they would choose her probably before the Heat women, if I had to guess.
Unless they are really going to be like the Globes and they choose Melissa McCarthy, which God, I hope you don't do that because that's just dumb.
I don't think they'll do that.
Let's hope not.
All right, actor in a comedy. This is a fun group.
I like this group because this is a group that I would select.
And apparently it's a lead or supporting.
Yeah, extremely.
We have Christian Bale for American Hustle, DiCaprio for The Wolf of Wall Street, Gandolfini for Enough Said, Simon Pegg for The World's End, and Sam Rockwell for The Way, Way Back.
In a perfect world, Simon Pegg would be in some of these lineups.
Yeah.
Because I love him in The World's End, and Sam Rockwell is great in The Way, Way Back.
A lot of people are disappointed that Rockwell's not doing better.
Yeah, does he even have he has a spirit nom, doesn't he?
Nope.
Are you kidding me? Oh, that's right. We talked about him and Franco both getting snubbed at the Spirit Awards.
Just taking a wild stab, I think DiCaprio is going to take this.
I think he's going to take a little bit of awards.
And I think his run, obviously, because he got in later and DiCaprio didn't.
Yeah.
But, they're in different categories. If DiCaprio were to take it, which I'm really not sure of, I'm just guessing, his competition would be Gandolfini, obviously. Who does have a really good shot at taking it. And maybe, yeah, you could maybe reverse it.
I am actually going to reverse it. I'm going to say that...
And the spoiler is Bale.
I'll flip that. I think Decap wins, and deservingly. I think Bradley Cooper, long day. I think that Christian Bale is actually going to be your runner-up, and I think Gandolfini's the spoiler. I think he could spoil because I don't think he's going to win, but I think he could potentially win, so that's why I'm calling him the spoiler in this case.
But you know what's funny? They probably call onto this by now. The absurd thing about two people doing this video is I said Gandolfini's the runner-up and you said Gandolfini's the spoiler. If Gandolfini wins, is he the runner-up or is he the spoiler?
That's a good question. It really is a good question, actually.
Oh god, that's just that just defeats the purpose of all these.
Very nice.
I guess it depends on between you and me who they trust more.
Obviously, they're not going to trust the guy in a Dolph Ziggler shirt, apparently.
For best comedy, we have 6 slots. Most of the stuff here has 6 slots, actually, except for the next category.
There's a really wrong movie that got into this list.
We have, you know what's not here. We have American Hustle, Enough Said, The Heat, This Is the End, The Way, Way Back, and The World's End. Some of the best comedies of the year in here.
And one of the worst.
American Hustle's going to take this.
Oh, yeah.
And its only competition is probably Enough Said. I think a surprise spoiler could be This Is the End. Because critics love that.
But, yeah...
I know you're confusing the shit out of people because This Is the End and The World's End are in here. This is the End, the Franco movie.
Yes.
The Rogan movie, I should say, because Rogan made it.
Well,
He and Evan Goldberg.
I'll agree with you on the end, but I think you're going with the wrong end. I'm actually going to go with my heart on this one. I think your spoiler, your upset, is actually The World's End. It got a lot of love, both on this side, this country, and in other countries as well.
There are well-established critics. I couldn't tell you their fucking names, but they're well-established critics that have said that This Is the End is one of the funniest movies they've ever seen in their life.
The World's End is funnier than This Is the End.
We're talking about them.
Yeah, we're critics too, technically, but we don't get paid for this. They do.
Critics have, like, degrees in journalism.
Not all of them.
Yeah, good, you know, I don't want to bash any websites, but I can name a few where I don't know how those people got degrees in anything. But
yeah, Enough Said is definitely a runner-up in this case, too.
Okay, for some reason other than to bring in... Here's what they wanted
Are
to
you
do.
kidding me?
Well, here's what happened. Here's what they wanted to do. Last year, they wanted to give Jennifer Lawrence as many awards as they could.
Yeah, of course.
To get ratings.
Yeah.
So they made an action category so they could give her a win for the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Well, they're keeping that category, I guess. People thought they were going to fail last year and then disappear by this year, but I guess not.
No, the MTV Awards
And
live on.
and this category is so worthless, each category has 4 slots. And most of them are reaching.
Yeah, extremely. I see 2 that are reaching right off the top.
Yeah, we have actress in an action movie. Only 2 of these are legitimate nominations. The other 2 were to fill in 2 more slots so they could have the category.
What would you put in there if you had to pick something that's not in there?
Off the top of my head, I don't know, but we have Sandra Bullock for Gravity, Jennifer Lawrence for Catching Fire.
Yep.
Then to just fill in the blanks, we have Evangeline Lilly for The Hobbit and Gwyneth Paltrow for Iron Man.
Why? Why? Tell me why, people.
Because they just love... Because Gwyneth's little Oscar clip is going to be... Wow, that was really violent.
God, you could have run Zoe Saldana before you could have run them. Technically.
Clearly, Bullock's going to take this.
Well, yeah.
And the only runner-up is
Jennifer
Lawrence.
Lawrence.
There's no spoiler.
No, there's no spoiler. Nobody on this list but them have a chance.
Okay.
And then they have the action movie category, which is a little bit better, but still.
Well, here's what we have. We have Henry Cavill for Man of Steel. He's... Okay, I'm not... Okay, I laughed when I said his name, but it's not really at him. It's just that... You wouldn't expect to see Henry Cavill for Man of Steel on an awards list.
No, you wouldn't.
Which shows, how much they're filling the blanks in. We have Downey for Iron Man. We have Brad Pitt for World War Z, and we have Mark Wahlberg for Lone Survivor. Just on principle of who he is and the character he's playing, I think Downey's going to take this.
Completely.
It's basically... This category basically turned into the People's Choice Awards.
That's what it is.
I was talking about... Okay. The Critics' Choice doing the comedy category made them want to be the Globes. Doing the action movie category makes them want to be the People's Choice Awards.
I think they just want to be the new MTV Awards.
Yeah, the runner-up will be Brad Pitt because for some reason a lot of critics actually like World War Z and raved about him. The only spoiler is Wahlberg. If they liked Lone Survivor that much. If they've seen it by then.
I would say so, but I don't know.
They may not have seen Lone Survivor and needed a 4th slot.
Obviously, there is a screener that's out now, so I would say they've probably seen it by now.
Yeah, but these were out before the screener was.
Would you call The World's End an action movie? An action comedy?
Possibly.
I would run Simon Pegg in this list, actually.
It'd be sci-fi before it'd be action. And sci-fi was in with horror.
But they're stretching, though, too.
Yeah. For action movie, we have Catching Fire, Iron Man 3, Lone Survivor, Rush, and Star Trek Into Darkness. Because critics went fucking off the wall for it. Critics emptied their nuts to Catching Fire. And I think it's the only one here that could take it. The runner-up could be Rush. I don't know how the fuck it's an action movie. But, okay. And the spoiler could possibly be Star Trek Into Darkness.
I don't
even think critics liked Iron Man 3. What's it doing?
I think Rush is going to take this.
You think so?
Yeah, I think Star Trek is actually a runner-up, and I think Catching Fire is going to be your spoiler. Obviously, Rush is showing up places, much to your happiness, so and when it comes down to it, why not?
Well,
and here comes an interesting category up next. Best Animated Feature.
Yeah, this one speaks for itself, too. We don't even have to do it, really, but... Best Animated Feature is The Croods, Despicable Me, Frozen, Monsters University, and The Wind Rises.
What do the critics think of The Wind Rises? Because I haven't seen any...
I
know it's Frozen or tied neck and neck, I get that, but what are the critics saying about it specifically?
I don't know, I haven't read reviews.
Okay.
Just taking a wild stab here, it could really go either way, but I'll say Frozen takes it with Wind Rises behind it.
Yep.
And the only spoiler, because it's the only other one here that's won something, is Despicable Me.
I'm going to go with my heart, and I'm going to say The Croods is your spoiler.
I think people mostly forgot about it.
Yeah, but a lot of people supposedly forgot about Paranorman, too, and look what happened with it.
Yeah, Paranorman came out in August. The Croods came out in March.
Yeah.
Don't say
Coraline.
Because Coraline is like a whole level. Coraline was one of the best movies of 2009. It was like top 3 of 2009.
That's like me saying...
That's why people remembered it.
It's like me saying right now that the Academy Awards in 2015 will be the Box Trolls.
I really, really like the Croods, but it's not Coraline.
Yeah, it's not.
Next we have visual effects. We have visual effects, makeup, costumes, and editing and art direction. They didn't see the switch over to production design, I guess.
Apparently not. Or they don't care, maybe.
These are probably going to be given, like, off camera, like, they'll be zooming out, and they'll be going to commercials, and, oh, by the way, these won this. Or they'll go on the bottom, like a newsfeed or something.
When Emma Thompson talks to Sandra Bullock, here's what won Best Visual Effects.
So we'll do this really quickly.
Okay.
Visual effects is Gravity, The Hobbit, Iron Man 3, Pacific Rim, and Star Trek. Great nominations, except for The Hobbit, because a lot of The Hobbit looked fake.
Very much so, especially, oh god, I hate CG in that movie.
Gravity is going to take every visual effects award there is. For some reason, I'm guessing the runner-up here is probably going to be The Hobbit. I'd love to say the spoiler is Pacific Rim.
I think that they're going to blank The Hobbit, and they're going to have your runner-up be Star Trek.
Yeah, that could be too.
That's more wishful thinking on my part, I know, but still.
I could just see, like, The Hobbit might almost... Like, if The Hobbit's in this race for visual effects, it's out of laziness.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Because they won't think back to, well, those effects are pretty fake. And you have those people who are, like, diehard fans of the Hobbit that will tell you... That will live in denial forever that some of those effects were really shitty.
Or that it was a good movie overall. Anyway... Best makeup. I don't like this category.
Yeah, at least Rush is in there. We have American Hustle, The Hobbit, The Butler, Rush, and 12 Years a Slave. Those are out of alphabetical order. Who did that?
No bad
Because
grandpa.
I copied and pasted this. Yeah, I know.
Which most likely is getting into the Oscars.
Because they had another Lee Daniels, The Butler.
Oh yeah.
I just have it under The Butler. I have never once called it. What I just said just then was the first time I've ever called it Lee Daniels, The Butler.
You want me to tell you a little something I probably haven't told you before? I build movies, obviously, at my theater, and when I built The Butler, I actually called it Lee Daniels, The Butler. And they erased Lee Daniels. So it just says The Butler when I was like, someone fixed it. Oh, I know who fixed it, but still, it's just like, I put it on there as Lee Daniels, The Butler. So I learned my lesson. I didn't call it the marked ones, I just called it PA, and that would be the end of it.
Wouldn't it be amazing if The Butler beat The Hobbit here?
I don't care who beats The Hobbit. I just want somebody to.
Because the Warner Brothers being pissed that Weinstein gets money for The Hobbit is why they did the Butler feud.
That's right. That's very true.
I don't know what American Hustle's doing here.
Yeah. I'm glad it's got another nomination in something.
Well, here's the thing. I think it'll go to The Hobbit just out of laziness. I think the run-up will be 12 Years a Slave because it's 12 Years a Slave. I think the spoiler is Rush because everybody talks about how much they fucking love Daniel Bruhl's burn makeup. So
I'll have to go against you on this one.
I think this category is going to be really lazy.
Yeah, The Hobbit's the runner-up. I think The Butler actually might take this, which would be awesome. And yeah, I do also think that the spoiler is Rush.
Costumes.
I got a lot of stake in this category, and one that obviously not.
We have American Hustle, The Great Gatsby, The Hobbit, Save Mr. Banks, and 12 Years a Slave. I'm going to think about 7 and say Gatsby actually takes this.
I think Gatsby will take this, and deservingly so.
Your runner-up will be 12 Years a Slave because it's 12 Years a Slave. And it's period, you know.
Yeah, but I don't really call it a period piece.
And I think the spoiler will be The Hobbit. Just because... I'd love to say American Hustle because those costumes were awesome. But
I think Saving Mr. Banks actually might be your spoiler. I didn't say it will be, I said it might be. And I also say that your runner-up actually will be American Hustle.
The only reason Save Mr. Banks should be anywhere near this category is because of Jason Schwartzman's red vest.
That vest is amazing.
The red vest that he stole from the prawn in District 9.
Now I think about it, it's very true.
No, they were totally different vests. The District 9, he had more of a Marty McFly vest.
Ah, okay. Good lord.
Editing.
Why is...
We have American Hustle, Captain Phillips, Gravity, Rush, 12 Years a Slave, and The Wolf of Wall Street. All these are great choices.
Yeah?
Except, I don't remember much about the... Well, yeah, The Long Takes and 12 Years a Slave, that's good. I think Gravity is like a landmark in editing, because there's like an average of like 3,000 shots per movie or something like that. Gravity has 156 shots.
I can imagine. I can believe it.
I think those, because the long takes really do well. Like, some of the best editing you can do is when you're not editing. You're just letting the scene go in the one long take.
And obviously editing doesn't have anything to do with the fact that your movie is so lengthy either.
Yeah, you used to believe that. I had to keep correcting.
I didn't know. I'm sorry. I just did not know.
But then, yeah, there are, like if you watch the Honest trailer for Titanic, and they say, now watch the Academy Award winner for Best Editing with establishing shots. And it's these really just long establishing shots that go on way too long.
I remember watching that. That was actually really funny.
I think the winner's going to be Gravity. I think the runner-up will be American Hustle, because everybody loves talking about how great American Hustle's flow is. And speaking of great flow in Scorsese-esque movies, the spoiler could be The Wolf of Wall Street.
Since I'm obviously so heavy on it, and in my Oscar predictions, I will say that, I'll flip that. I say American Hustle wins editing, and I think Gravity's your runner-up, and I also agree that The Wolf of Wall Street is your spoiler.
People do love the editing Captain Phillips, too.
Yeah.
I saw like 1 or 2 complaints about it.
It just makes me think Captain Phillips shouldn't be here in some of these lists.
Why?
It's just like, it doesn't flow like some of the other movies on the list do.
I thought it was fine.
I like the movie very much so, but it seems like it's out of place in some of these awards.
No, it had a much better flow than 12 Years a Slave, because 12 Years a Slave had a magnificent flow, and then when we got to Edwin Epps' Plantation, that flow fucking stopped.
Yeah. I totally agree with that.
So, I don't know.
We'll see.
That may be more of a script problem than an editing problem, but... okay, we're almost done with text now. We have 2 more.
Why is Banks not in this? It should be in Art Direction.
Why's fucking her here?
We haven't seen the movie. We don't know.
I guess. Okay, Art Direction, which is production design, basically.
Woo!
We have Gravity, Gatsby, Her, The Hobbit, and 12 Years a Slave. I don't know. This one's a hard one to say. So I'm just going to say Gravity will take it. It could possibly be 12 Years a Slave, and the spoiler is Gatsby.
I think Gatsby wins. And actually does really well in the text at the Oscars, to be totally honest. And I wasn't even thinking I was going to say that. I would say that Gatsby wins. I think that Gravity is your runner-up. And I think 12 Years a Slave is going to be your spoiler here.
Okay. I really have no arguments.
Nope.
Just, they are what they are.
Indeed.
Yes. This category is awesome.
Yeah, it is. Holy crap.
So, we haven't seen 2 of these, but the trailers alone...
Trailers are alone again. And we will be seeing them probably by the time this video comes out,
at the
hopefully.
same time.
Yes.
On the same
week.
day.
Same day.
Cinematography, we have Gravity, Inside Llewyn Davis, Nebraska, Deacons for Prisoners.
That's crazy.
And 12 Years a Slave. Wow. Gravity has amazing cinematography, Prisoners has amazing cinematography, and 12 Years a Slave has fucking amazing cinematography. I don't care how fucking nerdy that sounds.
Just watch the trailer of Nebraska, you can tell its cinematography is amazing.
The ultimate nerdy thing that movie buffs talk about that they get joked about is fucking cinematography. I don't care. These movies look fucking awesome.
All Is Lost should be here.
It's like I was saying, there are shots in 12 Years a Slave that look like moving paintings.
Yeah. Completely agreed.
I think the winner will be Gravity. The runner-up will be Inside Llewyn Davis because it's been winning a lot.
Yeah.
And the spoiler will be 12 Years a Slave. Nebraska will get in because the critically acclaimed black and white movie always gets in cinematography.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Gravity wins. And I think Inside Llewyn Davis is also the runner-up, and 12 Years a Slave is a spoiler. I hate agreeing so much, but sometimes I just have to.
Alright, now we're into important stuff.
Not to say anybody that it was connected with any of these last awards are not important.
There's a not-so-important one thrown in here, but...
Yeah, I see it. Which is still a cool category, though.
Next we have Adapted Screenplay, which has 6 slots. We have August, Before Midnight, Captain Phillips, Philomena, 12 Years a Slave, and The Wolf of Wall Street. These aren't going to go the way I think the Oscars are going to go.
Really?
John, like I said before, I'll say this a lot this year. Just give John Ridley every trophy there is now. There's really no reason.
Something's telling me he's just going to just lose at the last minute.
Like Jason Reitman for Up in the Air.
That's exactly what I think's going to happen.
Well, okay. The Oscar lineup, I think Philomena is an obvious second. But if you look at Critics Awards, Before Midnight is cleaning up what 12 Years a Slave has. It's cleaning up 12 Years a Slave's mess every now and then. So
This is my lineup plus August.
So here, the runner-up is Before Midnight, and I guess the potential spoiler could be The Wolf of Wall Street. But I think Philomena is going to do a lot better than Here would tell you.
I would say that 12 Years a Slave will win here, but I still don't think it takes the Oscar, because it's too obvious. Even though sometimes obvious is what they will go with. I think Wolf of Wall Street is also the spoiler for sure. And I'm going to go against, I'm also going to say that Philomena is actually your runner-up here. Surprisingly enough, so. Wouldn't have a problem if any of this wins.
Okay, despite the fact
Dear God.
that there are a billion-ass movies that could be running in this category, in this award show that has 6 slots for everything, they only put 5 slots for original screenplay.
If I remember correctly, that's my list. That's my original screenplay lineup right now.
We have American Hustle, Blue Jasmine, Her, Inside Llewyn Davis, and Nebraska. Because he has been just hanging the Critics Awards out to dry, I think Spike Jonze takes this.
Yeah, definitely.
Here. The runner-up being American Hustle, and the spoiler is the Coen Brothers. I don't see that any other way.
I think the spoiler actually might be Woody Allen. Because I don't think he's actually going to get in the Oscar lineup, but I think he's going to do enough damage going in that he's still going to make a statement. And obviously I talk up Blue Jasmine a lot, so.
I don't get it.
Yeah, it's there.
Ensemble, which is apparently an award a lot more people want to see. Like, I guess they're pushing to get Ensemble in the Oscar categories and it'd be awarded to the casting director.
That'd be cool. For them, obviously.
So we have American Hustle, August, The Butler, Nebraska, 12 Years a Slave, and The Wolf of Wall Street.
Not a bad lineup.
These could go either way, but your top 2 here are 12 Years a Slave and American Hustle.
Yes, without question.
Just because I don't know, I have the spoiler as August.
My spoiler is The Wolf of Wall Street. But I agree with you on both. When it comes down to it, either or, American Hustle could win, 12 Years a Slave could win. It just depends on how much they love either movie. And maybe the love for American Hustle just hasn't surfaced yet. Because right now it's all about Gravity and all about 12 Years a Slave, mainly about 12 Years a Slave. But ask anybody on the internet, they'll tell you that Gravity is going to win Best Picture.
Okay, speaking of what people are raving about on the internet, this is another one of those awards where there's really no need for other nominees.
Yeah.
It's like Gravity being in Best Action Movie.
I do like some of these nominations.
For sci-fi movie. Okay, we have Asa Butterfield for Ender's Game. Adele for Blue is the Warmest Color. Liam James for The Way, Way Back. I don't know how to say her last name. Do you want to take a stab? Because I don't want to say it wrong. You don't mind.
It's Sophie Nalisi?
The girl from The Book Thief. And Ty Sheridan from Maude.
I don't know what movie you're speaking of. I've never seen that movie.
Adele might as well already be on the stage when they bring up these nominees.
Yeah.
The runner-up could be Ty Sheridan, because people fucking love Maude, and they
they
love Ty Sheridan in Maude. I don't see the big deal with Maude, but whatever. I give you the Franco head turn shrug there.
Yeah, I noticed that.
The spoiler could be the girl from The Book Thief. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say your name, but I don't want to say it wrong.
I would like it to be Liam James for The Way, Way Back, because I like to see it get some accolades, but...
Well, I heard a lot of people thought his character was like too annoying to sympathize with, so that might kill some of his votes.
Like the kid in Real Steel. You still cringe worth it. Yep. And
he was also in Dark Skies.
Oh God, I forgot that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into the big deal right now.
Okay. I'm gonna comment on something here.
She's missing from this list.
I haven't seen Her yet, but I have an opinion on one of these nominees.
Okay. I know where you're going with this.
The nominees are Scarlett Johansson for Her, Jennifer Lawrence for American Hustle, Lupita Nyong'o for 12 Years a Slave, Julia Roberts for August, June Squibb for Nebraska, Nova for The Butler. You can say that in your sleep now. I'm not gonna judge Scarlett Johansson's performance right now, But I just want to say, I can't help but think, and this is no, and by the way, nothing, I'm not saying anything bad about Andy Serkis at all.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing. Isn't that weird to talk about Scarlett Johansson and suddenly I'm talking about Andy Serkis? I'm just...
If no one knew what you were talking about, yes, but in this case, no, I totally understand.
With Andy Serkis in 2011 with Rise of the Planet of the Apes, people were really pushing for him to get nominated because it's a great performance that'll go unnoticed because it's a motion capture performance.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Scarlett Johansson's performance, people are afraid it's going to be overlooked because it's just a voice performance. But here's the problem. I'm sure Scarlett Johansson is very good in Her.
Mm-hmm.
But is she so good just using her voice to be nominated? Or is it that case of... And like I said, I don't mean to say anything bad about Andy Serkis, but I kind of feel like this was the case with him in 2011 too. As good as he was, I think people want Scarlett Johansson to get nominated for Her just to see if it actually happens, not so much on the merit of it. Does that seem logical?
Yeah, but it shouldn't be.
You look at Critics' Awards, once again, somebody here is just wiping the floor with everything in sight.
Mm-hmm.
Lupita Nyong'o is going to take this, and her closest competition, obviously, is
Jennifer Lawrence.
And I think the spoiler is going to be June Squibb.
Yeah.
Because she's got a very... I haven't seen Nebraska, but I know you see her in the trailer, and you can just tell it's one of those parts that... That's just something critics are going to love.
One of those great Coen Brothers side characters that we talked about.
Yeah, she comes off very Coen Brothers-like.
Completely. I agree with that completely, but it's just what I have to do. And just looking at this list, just looking down like this, you can see how much the Critics' Choice Awards wanted to just completely put Her over. Because it's in nearly everything.
Joaquin's not here.
Except Joaquin, which makes me think that Her is not as bulletproof as people think it is. It may just be a critics movie, it may not be an Oscar movie.
Her is fine, it's just Joaquin. Well, I'm not predicting Spike Jonze either, but we'll get to there, and right now we're on supporting actor, which has nothing to do with Her whatsoever.
I don't, yeah.
There's not even a supporting actor in Her, I don't think. It's Joaquin and then actresses.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, another list you could say in your sleep now. We have Barkhad Abdi for Captain Phillips, Daniel Bruhl for Rush. Going everywhere. Bradley Cooper for American Hustle, Michael Fassbender for 12 Years a Slave, Gandolfini for Enough Said, and Jared Leto. Jared Leto?
No one's beating Leto this year.
As far as spoiler run, normally I say my winner and runner-up could be switched.
Mm-hmm.
Right here, my spoiler and runner-up could be switched either way.
Maybe?
I have the runner-up as Fassbender. Obviously, you can tell I'm not very sure on that. And that would make the spoiler Gandolfini.
Yeah.
The other three are just there.
You can't just discount Bradley Cooper, though. It's possible. I'm not predicting it, but it's still possible.
Obviously, I predicted Bradley Cooper for the Globe. So.
And you're secretly predicting Daniel Bruhl. Even though you're not going to say it.
No, wait, hold on, let me back that up. I'm not predicting Cooper for the Globe, I'm predicting him to be the runner-up.
Yes.
Or the spoiler, I think I said.
I don't recall.
I have him in the running for the Globe. Obviously, Leto, I don't think is going to lose anything.
No, he doesn't have any legitimate competition in the entire run.
I'm afraid I'm jinxing him, though.
I think...
apparently he, hates to talk about his award buzz because he's afraid to jinx himself.
He's your boy now, and also...
Well, so yeah... Obviously Leto, but it could either be... If somebody's going to give Leto competition, it's either going to be Fassbender or Gandolfini.
And Hanks isn't on this list, so I think he could be a good competition if he was nominated, but he's not.
I actually am going to reverse that right now. I'll say the runner-up is Gandolfini and the spoiler is Fassbender.
Yeah, because it's funny because you've been talking about Fassbender being taken out of your lineups, and now...
I mentioned that in one video.
But still, I'll take you back to it every single time.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, is that it? Is that yours, too?
That'll work. Watch out for Daniel Bruhl, I think. But I don't think he makes the Oscar lineup.
I'm afraid for him. We'll see.
And props to Barkhad Abdi for hanging so long.
Alright.
Again,
actress.
you should be happy because she's not in here.
Yeah,
and she easily could be.
And neither is Adele. Adele didn't get in 6 slots, all you people saying, Adele could sneak in. Amy Adams is not here either.
Your girl Brie Larson's the reason why nobody got in this list, because she probably took something that Adele would have taken.
How is Brie Larson not?
No, I'm talking to the internet.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, too.
Okay, we have Cate Blanchett for Blue Jasmine, Sandra Bullock for Gravity, Judi Dench for Philomena, Brie Larson for Short Term 12, Meryl Streep for August, and Emma Thompson for Saving Mr. Banks.
This could be the Oscar lineup really easily.
Once
with
again,
one exception, obviously, Brie Larson.
When you look at Critics' Awards,
Okay.
the Oscar running is so much different.
Yes.
The Oscar running is Blanchett, Dench, Bullock, Thompson.
I think you're wrong on that, but go ahead.
But here, I'm saying it's Blanchett, Thompson, Bullock.
I think Thompson wins this. I think this is one of her big wins that takes her to really contend at the Oscars and bump Sandra Bullock to the spoiler. And Cate Blanchett is going to be my runner-up.
Whatever you say.
That's what I'm going with.
Okay, we're almost done. Actor is interesting spot.
It's my lineup plus Robert Redford.
DiCaprio did not make it.
Nope.
The movie got in, Scorsese got in, it got in screenplay, Terrence Winter got in. DiCaprio's not here, Jonah Hill's not here either.
They really don't like Decap that much. I'm starting to believe that now.
We have Christian Bale for American Hustle, Bruce Dern for Nebraska, Chiwetel for 12 Years a Slave, Tom Hanks for Captain Phillips, McConaughey for Dallas Buyers Club, and Robert Redford for All Is Lost.
Yep.
I mentioned this in the Globe video. I think Chiwetel's going to take this.
This is the Critics Award?
Yes, clearly he's been just.
I agree with that.
And once again, if you look at Critics Awards, the runner-up is McConaughey.
Yes, definitely.
And of course, the spoiler and eventual Oscar winner is Bruce Dern.
Yeah, we're trying to tell you right now, Bruce Dern's going to win. You just don't realize it.
All this, everybody's talking about Chiwetel is winning all the Critics Awards.
That's why he's not winning the Oscar.
Chiwetel is winning all the Critics Awards. This race is over.
Nope.
Yes, the BFCA race is over. Sure.
So technically, this race is over, but there's plenty races left in this season.
I know. Okay, before I get corrected by whoever the fuck happens to be watching the BFCA video. Hello, 2 views.
And that thumbs up at the bottom.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
The Broadcast Film Critics and the Critics Awards aren't like the same thing, but they're pointing in the same direction.
Okay.
Alright. Best Director, we have Alfonso Cuarón for Gravity, Paul Greengrass for Captain Phillips, Spike Jonze for Her, Steve McQueen for 12 Years a Slave, David R. Russell for American Hustle, and Scorsese for The Wolf of Wall Street. There's been a critical favorite in this category, and it's actually not McQueen.
Nope.
Alfonso Cuarón's going to take this with McQueen right behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they get lazy and they're trying to be Oscar-y, which is very possible.
Can you see Spike Jonze as a legitimate contender here? Since they love the movie so much?
No, my spoiler's Russell.
My spoiler's Russell, too. Because I've got Russell, obviously, you know, what I think about American Hustle, so.
Because you're, for some reason, predicting how you feel personally about the movie, which is a wrong thing to do.
No, I really haven't. I've just been... They
Emma
asked me.
Thompson's going to win.
I think that actually could happen, though.
But okay, we just did that.
Russell's your spoiler, regardless.
Yeah, I almost went through Best Director all over again.
Yeah, we're at the end.
Best Picture obviously has 10 slots. This was doing 10 slots before the Oscars were, so...
This is my Oscar lineup.
This is almost a PGA lineup.
Yeah. Because I didn't put Blue Gravity in there. Blue Gravity. Wow, I didn't put Blue Jasmine in there. I was looking at Gravity, is probably why I said that.
PGA snubbing Llewyn Davis was weird.
I think so, but...
That replaces that, but... As far as this, we have American Hustle, Captain Phillips, Dallas Buyers Club, Gravity, Her, Inside Llewyn Davis, Nebraska, Saving Mr. Banks, 12 Years a Slave, and The Wolf of Wall Street. 12 Years a Slave is going to take this. Gravity's the runner-up. American Hustle's the spoiler. That's pretty obvious.
Critics' choice. Yeah, 12 Years a Slave definitely wins. I'm looking at it for a second here. I really like to see The Wolf of Wall Street take this, honestly. To get it really into contention for the Oscar, but it's not going to happen. Yeah, your lineup is solid, so we're going to go with that. Gravity's the runner-up, and my Best Picture winner is the spoiler, and that's American Hustle. So, you may agree with us, you may disagree with us, but we'll find out when the awards are broadcast on... I'm cheating, folks. January 16th, the same day that the Oscar nominations come out. So, until the next awards video, which actually will be next Thursday, when we're going to talk about the Screen Actors Guild Awards. And again, I'm very sorry about the whole issue with that. It's a cluster of a video, it really is. And it was done on the spur of the moment, so it's not the most cohesive video, or coherent video for that matter. So that's going to be all over the place.
Even with all the categories, notice how fast this video went because it didn't have TV in it.
Exactly. So, in the meantime, thank you guys and girls out there for watching.
You threw that away dramatically, but you're going to need it.
I'm going... Oh, I threw it down. We're fine. Until tomorrow, boys and girls, that's all we got to say about that.